Hey, it's dawn in the garage. Can you believe it? I'm back out here standing by the Jeep. I haven't been out here in any meaningful way for far too long. You know, if you watched my last update video, which embarrassingly was filmed more than a year ago, like 13 months or something like that, I sold my business and retired, and that really took more time than I thought it would. And also, whenever I had been working on this channel and I would kind of take a little tangent and go off and go to the Pacific Northwest and do boat stuff or whatever, when I would ask you guys to leave me a comment about whether you wanted to continue to see that, most of the comments I got were, no, not really, we're really here just to watch the Jeep stuff. And so I heard you, and I separated all of the boat stuff off into its own YouTube channel. It's not like I haven't been making YouTubes. I just put them in there. I have a different channel. I'll put a link to that channel down in the description and maybe up in one of the corners here. It's called North Wind to Alaska, if you care to check it out. It's the same wonderful guy talking about boat stuff, but I put all that stuff up there. So the boat has been getting a lot of my attention lately. The Jeep, zero. But I'm, to be honest with you, fairly excited to be out here and start getting back into this thing. I love this Jeep, and I really do want to get it done and see the end result of all the millions of hours I spent out here working on the thing. So since I got all excited, I thought, you know, it's always been maybe in my mind a little confusing that I had this channel called Landlocked No More, and it was all, the logo and everything was all boat related stuff. And then when people click on it, it would be about a Jeep project. So I decided to build on my own enthusiasm for what's going on right now and redo the logo and the banner and all that kind of stuff and just freshen it up a little bit with a more of a look towards the Jeep restoration thing. So if people are new and they stumble on the channel, maybe there'll be a little less of that confusion about, wait, what? Is this guy about boats or Jeeps or what the heck is going on here? So to that end, here's what I've done with the logo. So what do you think? Drop me a comment. You like the new logo? You think it's stupid looking? Whatever, let me know. I like it. I think I'm a little... Again, I'm hopeful that it's not as confusing to people when they were like this, all these graphics look like this is a boat channel, and then it's not, it's a Jeep channel. So it is a Jeep channel. We got a Jeep here. We've done a ton of work on this thing. And since it's been so long, before I really start wrenching on it again, I thought I'm going to take one short trip down memory lane with you to get everybody back on the same page with me so we can remember how we got here and what point we are in the project. And then we're going to get this thing back to life and get this project done. So without further ado, let's do that. So this old CJ5 had some major rust problems. Utah salts their roads in the winter, and this thing was old and rusty. We had the Fred Flintstone car thing going on here. So obviously this tub was beyond saving. I mean, let's face it, you're not supposed to see the tire through the fender. And look at the bottom side of this windshield frame. It was completely gone. So ultimately, I took a Sawzall to the whole tub, chopped that bad boy up into a bunch of pieces, and just got rid of it. There was no saving it. There was pretty much not a single piece of metal on it that wasn't rusty. These are the inside of the fenders. So once I had that tub off of there, all chopped up and gone, I stripped this frame down to bare metal from front to back, top to bottom. I spray painted it inside of the frame rails with rust preventive paint, painted all the outside, put a new gas tank in, put new mounts on my steering box, both a big heavy mount to hang it from the frame and a side mount to go to the other frame rail to keep it solid as a rock. All right, well, you know it's a fun day when a truck shows up with 4 brand new tires and rims all mounted up ready to go from Tire Rack for the thing. I went 33-inch general tires. I think I did the grabbers for this thing. I am also running generals on the Tacoma, and I'm pretty happy with them. So I was really excited to get these guys all stacked up and ready to replace the worn out old wheels on this thing. And then this epic day arrived. This guy delivered me my brand new reproduction CJ5 tub. The guys at Willie's Overland, I believe it is, does the work for us of taking a tub that comes in from the Philippines or whatever, and they kind of fix it all up and get all the holes in the right places. And then I built me up the world's sketchiest body lift out of some 2x4s and some ratchet straps. And I picked this tub up off the ground and rolled my frame back under it. Now, I know, don't call OSHA, this doesn't look very safe, but it worked okay and I got it done. A one-man job putting a brand new tub onto the frame. Now, you certainly wouldn't do a project of this size and scope without putting all new U-joints and bearings in everywhere as you go, right? So I worked over the front axle shafts, put new U-joints in those. The drive shafts all got new U-joints. And then slowly we kind of buttoned this front end back up on the thing with new bearings on the hubs and new ball joints for those steering knuckles. And basically the whole kit and caboodle on the front end got rebuilt and all fresh and new and shiny. With all these brand new bearings, everything's gonna roll smooth, so we better make sure everything is gonna stop well, right? All 4 corners got new brakes, new discs and pads for the front end, and all new rotors and drums for the rear end. And finally we got this thing back on our feet, but just sitting there with an empty engine bay. Big shout out to the guys at S&J Engines for setting up my new rebuilt short block. So we got that in and it looks magnificent. Ready for the old one to go back in the box and all the shiny bits to go onto this one.
Old and busted, new hotness.
Along the way, I think I went through a dozen cans of this AMC blue paint, which we hope is pretty much going to make everything look like the way everything looked originally when this Jeep rolled off the factory line. So I did the transmission and transfer case, the oil pan, bell housing, all that good stuff, including the engine block. Every single part we took off the old Jeep, if it was going to be reused, it got the same treatment. It got all scraped off, cleaned up, brushed off, and repainted. I've always wanted one of these twin stick setup things for the transfer case, so you can have low range activated without the front axle being engaged, or you can have low range and high range with regular all 4-wheel drive. So put one of those in while we had the thing out and all torn apart here. And then we basically put our transmission and transfer case back up against bell housing on the back of the block and put it all together as one unit again. All right, well, I won't say this job was particularly easy to get the engine and transmission transfer case kind of slid back down between the frame rails, but I managed to get it in there and laid everything down onto new motor mounts and a new cross member. And so everything holding up our powertrain is all brand new in there. And look at that. It's sitting there between the rails. Okay, I gotta admit, to some degree, this whole project feels like this is what I've been doing, just pouring money into this thing. But come on, feast your eyes on this pile of shiny, cool looking parts. Got a tight little starter for this thing and some brand new Hedman headers. And I did a new fuel injection system, new shiny black valve covers. Oh, this thing is gonna look so good. All right, that is looking like a pretty good combination. Wouldn't you agree? I think it looks great. And now we move on to the part of this that took me the farthest out of my comfort zone. I built myself a little paint booth inside of the garage and painted the whole entire tub. So I used kind of a dark metallic purple color and laid a couple of coats of clear coat over the top of it. And it's been a challenge to make it all look great. Lots of buffing and cutting and buffing some more. And I think I've even laid another coat of clear coat over the top of some stuff that I did badly. But I think it's coming along pretty well. Once we really get her out in the sunshine, we'll see. But for the most part, this really does catch us up to modern day. All right, well, we'll leave it there for now. If you look over on your screen and you're not subscribed, you should probably subscribe so that you don't miss anything when we get back to work on this. Next time you see me, we're going to be getting this old girl back under construction.